Welcome back to HC Conversations. I am your host, Zig. We're so excited to have you in the room for meaningful conversations that are happening currently here at Highlands College. We just want to bring you around the table and make sure you know all things as you prepare for your time at Highlands College in the future or maybe coming up specifically today for the fall of 2024. I do want to encourage you, if you missed our first episode, you got to go back. We had the great Avery and Colby, who are current students here at Highlands College, talking about building community and all the HC family has to offer. Make sure you go back and watch that podcast. But today I want to jump right on in because we are going to talk about the upcoming fall of 2024 and how you can prepare for this upcoming school year. And I'm joined by two incredible people here in the Highlands College family. To my left, we have Deven Davis, who serves as our men's dean at Highlands College. And to my right, we have Lacey Wood, who is a current Highlands College student and ambassador in the pastoral ministry major. Come on, how you guys doing today? We doing good?
So good.
So glad to have y'all.
Thanks for having us.
All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about preparing for fall 2024.
That's great.
And I know for you, Lacey, you are going into your junior year. And so our first episode, we had upcoming sophomores. So Lacey's been here a little bit longer, been in the HC family, seen the process of things happening. Of course, Deven is a alumni of Highlands College and now serves on our team full-time here. So these guys are really going to be able to help current students, maybe your incoming freshmen, or even parents today about how you can prepare for this upcoming school year in fall 2024. So first thing is this: preparation is crucial.
It is.
So I want to talk about it. We're going to lean into a couple things today. Let's just break it down even a little bit. I want to talk first and foremost the overarching culture at Highlands College, okay? So because we're gonna go like this. We're gonna get a little depth to prepare. Right? We're gonna go there.
I like it.
And so, but before we do that, I would love to get just you guys' perspective on the culture of Highlands College in general. Tell me what you enjoy the most about. First of all, what does culture mean to you? For those who are like, culture, what is that? Because that's a big thing here at Highlands College. And what's your favorite thing about the culture here at Highlands College?
That's good. Well, two things come to mind. I'm going to merge them together. Okay. One is HC family. You hear that a lot, and it's really true. I mean, from the relationship you have with staff members to the relationship you have with your peers, you have your siblings, your aunts and uncles, your spiritual fathers and mothers. Like, we're a family here. And then the second thing, that because we are a family, we say this a lot, and it's if we don't quit, we win. You're coming into Highlands College. Be prepared to, people are going to hold you accountable in a loving way. And we're never going to do things as a family where we're going to quit, and we're never going to do things halfway. And so my past 2 years at Highlands College, I've been challenged, I've been pushed, but I've been loved on. And it's been from a place really and truly by my HC family that just wants me to succeed and ultimately keep going.
So we're hearing that HC family thing a lot. You heard it in the first episode. That's why I'm encouraging you to go back, because Avery and Colby were talking about that as well.
It's real. It's a real
love
thing.
that. I love that. If you don't quit, we win. That's we get a little bit deeper in there. I want to jump into that a little bit more.
Yeah. I'd say this. I think the beauty of Highlands College is that you have the opportunity and capability to know everybody. It's like you're not walking on campus with 25,000, 30,000 people, and you're walking by different people you've never seen before every single day. I think the beauty of it is that you have the opportunity to meet and know, to some degree, every student that's here at Highlands College. And so with that, it creates this family, like you said, HC family, where I know my peers, I know who I live with, I know who my neighbor is down the hall in the dorm room. And so it creates this almost this dense family culture that allows you to, hopefully you feel that when you come on our prayer, our hope would be that when you move here, you feel like you have a second home, and that is Highlands College in Birmingham, Alabama.
And I'll even say, just even for the parents, I'm a parent. You're a future parent coming up in October. Come on now. And just even for the parents, for peace of heart and mind, you know, when your students come here, you guys just spoke to it. A dense family. I love how you use that. It's a dense family that when you get here, there's no way to get around it.
Right.
You're going to walk into it, whether you like it or not.
100%.
And that is the culture here. We want to make sure that's the kingdom. And so when you come here, there's a place for you. You can get connected. And so love how you guys are speaking just to the culture and the family here. So let's talk about preparing this summer. Okay, you can't prepare in August. You can't prepare for the fall when we get to August.
That's right.
So now is the time. Okay, we're in the middle of the summer, and this is a good place for you to just lean in. So let's talk a little bit about leaning in spiritually
Yeah.
How can students who are on their way to HC prepare themselves spiritually? Some may be saying, well, when I get there, I heard you have chapel services. I heard that we have small groups. That's where I'll prepare spiritually. Yeah. There's a way we can do it before you come. Love for you guys to speak into that. How do you prepare spiritually before you get here?
I think for me, and this is just part of my story, so I originally wasn't going to come to Highlands College. That was kind of a last minute decision. If I'm being completely honest, my spiritual life was not the best before I came to HC. Just being completely honest.
Yeah.
And I think if I could encourage incoming freshmen, people that are coming to Highlands College, it's to spend time with Jesus now, because you're going to come to Highlands College and you're going to learn a lot about Jesus. You're going to learn a lot about the church, but you can't forsake spending that sweet time with Jesus. And that's going to be ultimately what sets you up for success in all areas of your life at Highlands College, from where you're serving to how you're leading to how you're doing academically. It's just spend that time with Jesus. So I know that looks different for everybody, but I would say, if you're an incoming freshman in the fall, figure out what that is now. If that's worship for you, lean into that. If that's, Bible reading, lean into that. If that's community, lean into it. Find that time. Find how you spend time with Jesus, and ultimately just keep doing that.
And I think you're probably not the only one. I mean, when I was a college student, you said I wasn't, I don't even know how you phrased it just now. My spiritual life wasn't what it is now.
It wasn't where it needed to be.
Spiritual life didn't even exist for me.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, as a college student. And so I think we may find some that are like me, or maybe in the place you were, or in between, or something like that. And so even just the encouragement for those who are like, I wish I could be wherever. You don't have to arrive. No. Just start today is what Lacey's saying. Build that foundation now. Deven, how would you speak to
I would say don't overcomplicate it. I think, like you just said, to piggyback off what you said, it's not complicated. The first thing would be you stay close to Jesus. Like proximity to Jesus. What I thought of a second ago was keeping your alignment with the Holy Spirit. I think that's critical. Right. Galatians 5:25 references and talks about, since we live by the Spirit, let us keep in step with the Spirit.
Say it again.
That's
since we live by the Spirit, let us keep in step.
That's great.
In step with the Spirit.
That's good.
And so, short story, I tweaked my back a few months ago, something in a muscle in my back, and so it was off for a couple months. Didn't get it looked at, and then come to notice that it wasn't just hurting my back; it was hurting my arm, and then was numbing my fingers. Went to my physical therapist. He got me realigned. But what I began to notice is where the pain started, where the issue wasn't the only place it ended up. And so if your alignment's off, it affects every area of your life.
Oh my goodness.
So alignment determines what you do, where you go, who you are. So
I would say
keep it simple, but just stay in line with Jesus. You gotta
That's good.
That alignment.
We ought to shout amen right now.
Where's the white hanky?
I'm ready to preach. Woo! Okay, run that back. You should pause, rewind, play it back again. No, that's so good. Staying in alignment and making sure you're setting up that personal time with Jesus. Build that foundation now is very crucial. Okay, so practically for them, all right, we're getting here. Let's say we're in July and it's time. There may be just some simple things. Lacey, I know you work in the enrollment area and recruiting and all those different things. Okay, so speak to the student. We're getting close. It's almost time. Anything you want to share with them practically to prepare?
Just stay on top of it. If Highlands College is emailing you about a form, fill it out. Just
fill
it out. Just do it.
Yeah.
I promise it's going to make the transition from going from the summer to being a student just so much easier. Just read your email. Be in communication with your whoever's reaching out to you from Highlands College. You ask them questions if you have it, but if they're sending you forms, just fill them out. Just be on top of it. Get it done.
And here's why. Because we want you here.
That's right.
We want you here. So I know you may be like, I gotta do this. It's okay. You got to grow up. You got to submit that thing.
Got to do it.
But we want you here. Want to see you here. Okay. All right. So last thing is just academically, how can those students prepare? Because you are coming here and you are called to ministry, but there is a side of it. You are a student at Highlands College and you're in classes. We're not just, hate to say it, we're not just in a chapel all day in a service. So we go to class. So how can they prepare? I know both of you guys can speak to this. Your alumni, your current student. Come on, share. How can they prepare academically?
I'd say the biggest thing is just, and it's going to sound kind of like an old woman in me, but just be reading. Read something.
I think that's really good.
Get stuff in your head that you can use in the fall. I don't think, you need to be doing like Quizlets and flashcards. You don't need to memorize the Bible in any way, but preparing yourself academically, so much of what we do is a lot of reading.
Yeah.
It's a lot of research and studying. So if you
Yeah.
can start that now in the summer, just read a book.
Yeah.
Read a book for a month and just let it speak to you. Let it kind of sit in your brain for however long. I think that'll set you up for the fall in a great way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say, that was my first thing too, is read books.
Yeah.
Take the time to build the habit of, I'm a lifelong learner already. I'm kicking it off in my life right now.
That's good.
Podcasts are great resources.
Yes.
I would say get in the habit of watching different messages. Like go on YouTube, go on a podcast and listen to messages, even from the past weeks at Highlands. But build that out, that habit and that routine of, I'm taking the time now this summer to get better in my content, what I'm reading, what I'm putting in my mind. And then I would also say, look at your schedule. Build out your schedule now. Now you can't get in the nitty gritty details of here's what I got Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, but look at your schedule this summer, and maybe that even looks like start practicing waking up early.
Yeah.
I mean, it's summertime. I get the sleeping in.
Devin,
I get,
huge.
it's 8 a.m. I'm going to sleep a little bit longer.
Good.
But I think even practicing now, like I'm going to get up early.
That's good.
I'm going to build out the routine, what I can control now to prep for what the fall holds.
Lacey, how on average, what would you say would be the average time that you as a student, you're waking up throughout the week, getting ready to go to class, workouts? Give me an average. I know you have 6 a.m. workout, but.
Well, y'all aren't going to like this answer, but it's really somewhere between 5 and 5:30. Just because. Just because I want to spend time in my word unrushed. I might want to go grab a coffee. I might want to just sit on my couch for a minute and just kind of decompress before the day starts. But that was something that I didn't prepare for coming into the fall.
That's
and
good.
just getting that habit of waking up early. And
that's really good. I think it
good.
helps. Yeah.
It does, yeah.
So, okay, they're on the journey. We're preparing ourselves, spirit, soul, body, mentally, practically, academically. But the reality is nerves are real.
Very much.
So they're coming on campus, and now it's time to start.
Yeah.
So can you guys just, in your own way, speak to that, maybe even just from your experience? It's a real thing to have to cope and bear with those feelings.
Yeah.
So how would you help someone who potentially is like, I am super nervous.
Yeah.
I'm coming, but man, this is, I just need to take a deep breath. I would love for y'all to just share on that.
Yeah. I would say to the student who's just really dealing with a lot of nerves about coming to Highlands College in specifics, that's not a sign that you made the wrong choice. Being nervous about moving to Birmingham, being nervous about starting college, that's not a sign that you're choosing the wrong school. That's actually just normal. I think every freshman that's entering college literally around the world feels that in a sense. And so I wouldn't let your nerves drive you and lead you to make irrational decisions or lead you to believe that you made the wrong decision. I would just, choices lead, feelings follow. You might feel a little nervous, but you've made a choice. Show up and come, come to Highlands College. Do it afraid, and then, it'll all work out.
Yeah.
Can you think about something? Maybe we got to rewind like 2 years.
Yeah.
Freshman Lacey.
Yeah.
Coming into HC. What were you most nervous about?
I was most nervous about making friends. Which is so silly, and I'm talking about Highlands College. I'm talking about like HC family, and I have made best friends, literally lifelong friends. Yeah. But I was really nervous about what if the things that they want to do, what if I don't find them fun? What if they all want to do something that I'm just like, that's just not my style? What if no one at Highlands College likes me? And that wasn't even more fear towards HC. That was just fear towards college, and I think that's normal.
It's natural.
I think that's okay to kind of feel those emotions.
And we're going to talk about Welcome Week a little bit more later on in the podcast, but just a way to really connect and find those friends. Deven, I'd even love for you, if you could, just to speak to maybe even the parent, because I know students, you talk with parents and you've met parents, you see them at move-in day. I mean, just even speak to the parent who's like, oh, this is not just a different type of school. This is a ministry school, and my baby's leaving me, and we live in Texas, and I'm letting them go for the first time. Yeah. I mean, can you just bring even some ease,
some peace of mind
to the parent?
Yeah, I would say this. I mean, I'll be a parent soon, so I'm not in the boat, but I got one foot in the boat. I would say this. I'd say, being on team now, we are putting a lot of energy, intentionality, and work into making sure that every student feels connected, feels like they belong, that they're a part of something that's incredible in what God's doing here in Birmingham at Highlands College. And so hopefully I would say just feel reassured that your student's going to be cared for. They're going to be loved on. They're going to be seen. that they are the number one priority to our team. Whether you're in academics, you're in character, you're in spiritual, that is the main focus, is your student stepping on this campus, being here for 4 years. Because the reality is, and this goes to any student that takes that faith step, God opened the door, they said yes, and now they're stepping in. And with that comes a world of nerves, a world of ambiguity and unknown. And so I would say even on the parent level and the student level, relieve the pressure by don't feel like you have to have it all together, whether you're the parent or the student. But I think for the parents, remind your students and your kids that you don't have to have it all figured out. You're moving here to figure it out. Like you're moving here to discover who you are and to take that faith step and to transform into who God has for you to be. So help your student remember that, like you don't have to have it all figured out. You're coming here to figure it out.
I don't think any of us will ever have it figured out.
No way.
Like you said, lifelong learners. So whether that's us moving or becoming a parent, whatever stage of life, we're all trying to
on the journey.
We act like we got it all figured out, but we're all figuring it out. So
that's good.
But I love how Deven even said it. Deven, one of the things that he does just to speak to his role on team, he serves as one of our men's pastors. And so you come in with nerves. I mean, there's people who are available. If you have a son that's coming, Deven's available. We also have a women's dean who is available. We have all types of team, people who you can come to. So if you are nervous, there's ways for them to get connected, be able to share some of those nerves in a safe place for them to share them. Okay, so move-in day.
It's
nerves, like let's go. That's like my favorite. I love move-in day. Last year it was like 700 degrees.
It was unreal.
Toasty.
It was so
I sweat through 2 t-shirts.
Deven changed
2 t-shirts.
2 times. 3
bad.
times. I mean,
rough.
just
That is
and
rough.
so we do have a plethora of water. And fans with mist and different things. And by the way, the residence hall is air conditioned, so you're going to be okay. But it is 700 degrees. So any just move-in day tips? This is an exciting day. Maybe even talk about the experience when they get here, because I know our team is there. And the RAs are like on site, ready to rock and roll. Come on, any move-in day tips that they have?
It's definitely, move-in day is definitely an experience in and of itself. I mean, you're meeting so many people. You're meeting your classmates. You're meeting the people that have already been here. You're meeting some staff. I mean, there's a lot going on. So I think just enjoy it, have fun, meet everybody that you can, but also don't put pressure on yourself. You're probably not going to meet your best friend on move-in day. You're going to meet your classmates, you're going to meet your peers or whatever, but don't put the pressure on yourself that you have to remember everybody's name, that you have to, come figure it out, have it all together. Like it's okay. You're going to be with your class. Everyone's trying to figure it out. Everyone's trying to find their dorm room. Where are they? Where even am I as far as geographically? And so just enjoy it. Have fun. It's a great day.
I'd say it's going to go by fast. And if you're not careful, it's going to be a blur by the time it's over. So I would say take mental snapshots if you can. Like remember the moment. Like it's a big deal. You're moving to college. You're moving. A lot of you are moving from out of state. And so take mental snapshots along the way. When you pull on campus, take a mental snapshot. Maybe take a physical picture. Remember that moment, and then throughout the day, like you said, meet people, connect with people, but also just take the time to capture the moment, live in the moment, because it will get. It will get stressful. It will get. It's a lot quickly. It goes by so fast.
So with that, Lacey, you gotta get ready for that dorm room. You know what I'm saying? And so the ladies got to get that thing set up. However, the ladies get set up.
That's not me.
Just give me a mini fridge and some protein shakes.
An area rug.
Area rug.
When it comes to just preparing for dorm room living, what tips do you have for
the best thing that you can do is over communicate with your roommate. Make sure that y'all are on the same page. If you're getting the area rug, maybe they just do not like the color orange, and if you've got this orange rug and it's going to cause a fight, just avoid that. But also just know, like, you're living with another person. And it's not just your roommate. This is another person who's also nervous, who's also trying to figure out what is Highlands College, also trying to figure out, what they're called to do. So just give them grace too. I think as far as dorm essentials go, you don't need as many dishes as you think you're gonna need. I think I bought like 15 plastic bowls and maybe use like the same 3 on rotation. So save the money, save the time. You're not gonna need as many kitchen utensils as you would if you were living like in an apartment or in a house. So I think that's my biggest.
And if you are missing anything, you want to add anything?
I'll say, I mean, it's a limited space.
It is.
And you are living
tiny.
with somebody else, so it's not a lot of space in there. So definitely communicate, but also I'd say practically, air fresheners are huge.
That's a good
for the
one.
fellows especially. I'd say a dirty laundry compartment, or like a a laundry, what do you call
like
those?
a hamper
Basket,
thank you.
Not just for dirty laundry, but also something to carry it in when you're going downstairs to do your laundry.
Oh, that's a good one.
But then I would also say, like, because it's a limited space, pack what you need, not what you want necessarily. If there's things that you want to get later on, you can always pivot, go to the store and get it, or always get it when you go back home for trips and stuff. But and then I'd say another hack would be shoe storage. Like, you can get the rack that goes in the back of the door for all your shoes. Because you go into rooms and there's just shoes everywhere. Get a rack for those things and hang them up on the back of the door.
What's really cool is right here on campus at Highlands College, we are placed in an area in Birmingham that has every store and every restaurant that you need.
It's true.
And so if you happen to forget something literally just down the road, whatever your preference is, you can. So if you miss it back at home, it's here. I promise you. And I'm excited because you talked about limited space, but we got a little expansion that's happening on campus.
Yeah, we do.
So you guys have been speaking specifically to the dorms where our freshmen are required to live on campus in their first year, which is amazing. But this new expansion in this new residence hall called The Village is opening in fall 2024. And we're going to have some upperclassmen in The Village. Y'all want to talk a little bit about what, can't give it all away? Maybe you can, maybe they should know. But is there anything you guys want to speak to just about this new expansion called The Village that's really more of like apartment style, dorm room living? I'm just going to let y'all take it away. What are we excited about, the expansion?
I just think it's a huge, not just facelift, but it's a whole new side of the college. Like, it's going to add a whole new element of, even with the culture and community aspect. So I think that's what's really cool about Highlands College is you come on campus one year, and it looks a certain way. You come back 6 months later, and nothing's the same. Like, we're continuing to expand and build. And so guys doing a lot on campus and what's happening as a whole. But I would say it's going to build a lot of new areas of culture where you can connect with other students. I think there's a whole lot coming down the pike in terms of things we probably can't talk about just yet, but things that will be added to that same space on campus that, again, are going to be a huge area of where you can hang out and connect with other people.
So this freshman, this fall will be the first phase of The Village, and we're excited about it. It's got some amenities in it. You know, when you're an upperclassman and you go from there's a few perks that you get. So upperclassmen, shout out. It's going to be some great things. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. It's going to be really cool. Okay, all right. So we're wrapping up. Just anything, just addressing any questions that incoming freshmen or current students may have for this fall of 2024. It almost be like the FAQs that we get from a freshman for a returning student. Is there anything that you guys just want to share on? Maybe something we didn't touch on to prepare them for fall 2024.
I'm trying to think. I think the biggest thing, and Deven, you mentioned this on move-in day, is your first week really at Highlands College is going to go by so fast. But it can be the sweetest week if you lean into it and you're mentally just all there. I think about my first week at Highlands College. I met three of my still are my best friends now, because we sat together at a lunch table literally on a random Tuesday. So I would just say, if you're nervous about your first week of college, if you're nervous about coming to Highlands College, that's completely normal. But when you get here, don't let the nerves keep you from reaching out. Don't let the nerves keep you from talking to people, from saying, hey, three random girls in the lunch line, y'all want to sit together? Because really and truly, like, your first week of college is going to go by so fast, but it's going to be so sweet, and it's going to be something that really you look on for the rest of your life. So just enjoy it. I guess that's all I'm trying to say, is just enjoy it.
Enjoy it. It's going to be great.
I said take the time to adapt to where you are. Like you said, the nerves is a great point. The nerves are going to be real. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. So I'd say in the first week, don't allow the nerves to steer you in your doubts, and I'm in the right place. Am I supposed to be here? I think back to my time. It wasn't until the beginning of the second week of school where I called my parents and I was like, hey, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. But that first week was nerve-wracking. It's a lot. I meet a lot of people, but it was by the second week that I was like, I'm where I'm supposed to be. This is good. So I think even to process that with other students, your peers, with leaders here on campus, and then even your parents. Call your family and process, hey, it's going great, but I'm struggling, I'm nervous. Like, talk about that. Don't let that be internalized and let it sit there. Talk about it. Get it out.
That's great.
Man, we're looking forward to it.
Can't wait.
I'm sure if you are coming in the fall of 2024, you will see myself Deven and Lacey will be somewhere around. We'd love to get to meet you.
Yep.
And I know that all of this has been beneficial for you guys that have been watching. We hope at least that it has been beneficial. Hey, make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms and click the subscribe button to see more podcasts just like this. We got more coming. Hey, and continue to make an eternal impact. We'll see you soon.